Stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.
Hello, my friends, and welcome.
We're infested. Free and optional.
I'm here with the Ramborgia.
Reject.
We're ready to conquer this place.
Schizophreniac.
Let's do it, my friends.
The show is about to start, better tune in. Bring those listening ears close, wax needs cleaning. Don't get polluted by the nonsensical BS. Hold your pulpit without a curse, it's a free mess. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be brief like the pelican. Come again, 2 times John, aka Chatter Kings. Started a movement, united, we go as one. Outcast made to take over, far from done. Thou who not follow, we shall unfollow. Heated and hated remarks are considered hollow. It's all love here, the time is so near. And there you go, enter Ramborgia, stand clear.
Welcome, my friends, to the show. I am OJ, and with me is the heroic arbitrator of the Ramboholic Ramborgia War, John Rambo.
OJ! How are you?
Doing all right. How was your Wednesday?
I'm doing great, sir. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you have joined me once again. It's time to dominate. It is time for the show.
Right on.
What do you think about that intro song, man?
That, I don't even, that was, I'm losing words here. I always say amazing, but it's more than that.
It's so good. So those lines are awesome. That was made by our friend Schizophreniac, who's actually a member of the StayBallsy IVN. But he put that together, sent it to me this week, and he's like, I made this, and I was just blown away by it. You can listen to more of his songs at www.reverbnation.com/schizophreniac. And I'll let you put that in the description because I don't feel like spelling it right now.
I'll do it.
But you want to spell it?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you know how?
I see it right here. It says Schizophreniac Ramborgia, so...
Okay, go ahead.
SKITZOFRENIAK.
That's right. And let him just go stop by, let him know that you appreciate his work. It was good stuff, man. As is all the great work that we get. Last week we had an awesome piece by Museus. Did you check that out?
Dude.
You were away all weekend, weren't you?
Yeah.
You didn't even check out your own show.
I read
Well,
the
you
comments.
weren't the only one that didn't check it out last week, because last week we had a 2.5-hour show. It was, in fact, the longest one we ever did. We have all kinds of good stuff on there. Hazard came on, taught us about bronies, which I didn't know anything about.
You know, I actually listened to the second half of that show. Because
you did?
because I linked my friends to the brony part because they're bronies and I figured they'd eat it up and love it.
There was a new breed of bronies that has emerged out of this.
Yeah.
The Rambronies.
Yeah, so, John, was the song in the beginning? Because I didn't hear the beginning.
Oh, yes, obviously.
Sick. All right. I'll go back and remedy my mistake. Sorry, Museus.
Oh, boy. You can just say you listened to it. I mean, come on.
I'm not going to lie to our audience.
What do you think about the Rambronies? You know sold this. What do you think about this? People that support the show, they support Snodgeman Whole Pony, also support My Little Pony. The
There's
Rambroni.
nothing wrong with that.
Are you afraid?
Why would I be afraid? I will tell you one reason why I'd be afraid.
Yes.
Because I followed Hazard's advice and looked up cupcakes.
What happened?
It was horrifying.
I don't even want to know.
Horrifying. Oh my gosh.
But last week the longest show we ever had was also the least viewed show we ever did.
But if you
apparently OJ did not contribute either. So
what to the viewing? I told you I listened to the second half.
Well, it was the longest show. I think some people are actually intimidated by large things.
Well, yeah, I get that a lot.
As I do know.
But
well, you know what? We don't care. We'll hit 3 hours someday.
We'll do like the effing Lord of the Rings, the show.
It's about putting on the best possible show for the people that do check it out.
And if you'll note, we had 120 comments.
Yeah, I think
that's more than some of the shows that had 9,000 views.
Yeah, I don't even understand it, but I'm more or less joking. So
we're more than a number.
I thought it was good. People that watched it, they thought it was good.
There you go. That's all we need.
Yes. So today's show, we'll be joined by Kyle Vernon. He is the resident Ramborgian wrestler. I can't speak today. You were messing up too. What's going on?
I don't know.
We're fumbling words today like crazy. But Kyle Vernon will be on the show. I've spoken out about him the last couple of weeks. He's the resident Ramborgian wrestler. He's training right now for his first match. It's in September. We're going to talk to him. We're going to present him with some of the gimmicks that you, the Ramborgia, have thought of for him. Some wacky ones. Should be pretty interesting. See what he thinks of them. We're going to talk about some things in the news. I know OJ hurt himself somehow. I don't know. I'm sure it's a grand tale.
Not really.
That we all can't wait to hear. Joe will be on the show. Joe. He's just Joe.
Joe.
Joe, who has done co-op with me and DSP over the years, and was, someone I worked with and was my friend long before that. He will be on the show for the first time today. He was also in Schnozman and Hole Punch. We're talking about all these things. We'll be on a little bit later. So, first thing I want to discuss today, StayBallsy.com, the ballsiest non-port site on the web. That's right. Will debut on Sunday, sir.
Sunday.
What's the date on Sunday? 'Cause I don't even know.
Sunday is indeed August 12th.
So Sunday, August 12th, website will be ready to roll. I hope to have a video that goes up in conjunction with the launch that kind of takes you through. I'm going to do kind of a tour, take you through the site, show you some things that are going on over there. I'm pretty excited about it. It's got a lot of good stuff, a lot of free content that you could download, pictures, music you guys made, all kinds of things. I actually worked on the Schnozman Hole Punch section this week.
Yeah.
A ton of stuff. Like, there's actually too much text. I don't know who's going to read this, but I made, as pictures of each character and, a bio about them, and then it has their abilities, what their abilities are, and I went into, detail, and a lot of this stuff we never really figured out, because it was kind of what's Raposa's abilities, and I had to kind of think about that, and it's cool, because it kind of gives you a little more, backstory on the characters, I think.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
are you looking at it right now?
I poked it open again.
I hear clicking happening right now.
Sorry, I clicked twice.
I heard the clicking. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So yeah, Sunday, and of course, the big part of the website is the StayBallsy Intergalactic Video Network, or the StayBallsy IVN, as we like to call it. What we'd like you to do is, if you have joined, I think there's over 100 members now. It's insane. I can't even list them all in the video description anymore, like I used to, because
there's too many.
Yeah, the last week it was no, we cannot fit this many characters. Oh, bummer, man. Because I actually didn't even know if there was a limit. It seemed like there wasn't.
And now we found out.
I found it. I hit the ceiling on that. What I'm going to do for the show is every show I'm going to list the new members, and then on the actual website it lists every member. There's a section that has every member listed and links. It's not just names; it's all the links. You click and go to everyone's channels. What I'd like you to do, if you have joined already, you can start sending me the videos that you would like me to put up on the site. Now I ask that you please send me one for now, just one video out of your collection that you want represented, because I don't want to get bombarded right at the start. Start easy. We'll get into the heavy stuff later. The heavy thrusting later. We'll start slow. Okay. So if you have joined, please to StayBallsy@gmail.com. Start sending me a recommended video from your collection that you'd like to see. One up, just one for now, and it'll make its way to the site. So that's it. We have some new members of the StayBallsy IVN right now. I'm having some computer problems today.
Oh, no.
So it looks like the window's gone that I had open.
John, have you been downloading viruses again?
Perhaps. All right, so here's the new members of the network for this week. We have youtube.com/voodoo51292, Chando Grogo. I don't know how you say this, I'm sorry. CPXDS Gamer, Brad031793, Alex Cool 5804, Steve the Shape. I like that one. ACADGATSU. Akagatsu. We have a member from DeviantArt. That's right. You don't even have to be someone that doesn't have to necessarily be YouTube. It could be Twitch TV. It could be anything that's that you have. Bandcamp. I don't care. DeviantArt.com. This is BillJersey.deviantart.com. He's an artist. YouTube.com/UltraKirby1. Peter the Rock Griffin 1. Mr. Beast Mode. He spells beast with a 4. Rock Ocalypse 1. Halo 12S, and Wotaku Otako. It's WOTAKU OTOKO. I like that. It's rhyming. So those are our new inductees this month, or this week, I'm sorry. If for whatever reason, like, I just once in a while I get a message from someone, they're like, I sent you it, what's going on? You didn't put me in. I don't know if it's like I'm just not getting it. I don't know, perhaps I overlook it somehow. Maybe it goes into the spam filter. I don't know. If you see that I haven't called your name, just let me know. That goes also if you send art in or music or anything like that. I haven't like used it or for like a long time. Just let me know. Maybe it fell through the cracks somehow, and I somehow missed it. I also ask that you kind of keep the messages to StayBallsy@gmail.com just to kind of simplify things, because I'm doing this all alone, and I'll get messages from like all different places, Twitter, YouTube, and it becomes kind of a mess. So if you kind of stick to that email, it's probably the coolest thing you can do.
If you want, put a S, StayBallsy Intergalactic Video Network, or the abbreviation in the subject line to make it easier too.
Yeah, you don't even have to do that. If you just kind of keep it there, and Also, I forgot to mention, if you do send me the videos like I asked for before, if you remember, and you're choosing to recommend a video that I put up, please put a short description of what the video is and what category the video is. Like, is it gaming? Is it a vlog? Is it just kind of come with some kind of category? Is it comedy, sketch? Whatever it is, just kind of let me know. That'll also be helpful. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works.
Mm-hmm. Should be fun.
Yes. So I think we're going to take a break, come back with our Ramborgian wrestler, Mr. Kyle Vernon.
Excellent.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're now joined by a gentleman from the UK. He's our resident Ramborgian pro wrestler. He is currently preparing for his first matchup, which will be in September. Welcome to the show from @Sandman Gaming. Kyle Vernon is here.
Hey, God, what's going on?
Kyle.
Welcome to the show.
I like it.
You deserve it, sir. So you actually sent me a message on Twitter out of nowhere, and you're like, hey, John, I'm training to be a pro wrestler. And you just tell me about that, And that's really cool, man. I really appreciate that you told me about that. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I heard a while back that you were really into your pro wrestling quite a lot. So I thought I'd send you a message. You might be interested in the stuff I'm doing in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, this is great. What I want to do is your first match is in September, right?
Yep.
So we're talking to you now. I'm going to talk to you after your match, and maybe as you progress, we'll keep having you on, and then maybe someday you'll get us into WrestleMania or something like that. That'd be pretty nice.
At the very least, we'll have a pretty sweet story mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So let's start from the beginning here. Why pro wrestling? Why did you decide I want to do this?
Well, what happened was a few years back, I was an amateur boxer, actually.
Wow.
And I boxed for about 8 years when I was younger till now. And in my last fight, something went wrong, and I really hurt the guy I was fighting against, And I didn't like it. It wasn't my scene, and I really wanted to get out of there, But I really liked performing in front of a crowd, and I liked the atmosphere that the fight kind of brings to everyone, the hype, and
Right.
And I like the way everyone enjoys me and me being the center of attention,
Right. Very cool. So you decided to go into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Were you a big fan of wrestling, like growing up, or?
Yeah. I used to watch it when I was really younger, and then I stopped watching it for around 5 years, and then a couple of years ago I got back into it, when I found out that an ex-WWE wrestler, Gangrel, he runs a school close to me. It's not too far away. It's about an hour away from where I live. So.
Oh, so Gangrel is actually your trainer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, wow.
School. It's pretty intense.
Does he wear the vampire fangs at the school or no?
Not anymore. No.
Do you ever like bust his chops about that, or?
Oh yeah. I kind of rip into him a bit though, but he is really good fun. He is.
Did you drink your blood today? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Everyone just digs into him for that, but.
That's great.
He is really cool. Like, he's good with the kids, especially. Like, like all the young guys who really want to get into it. He's real helpful like that.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's definitely been around. I mean, jeez, he's
He's
all
seen
over the
his
place.
share.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been with the best. He's worked with all the best guys, so
Right.
he really knows his stuff. He's a really cool guy to be around.
Awesome. So who are some of the wrestlers that you kind of were kind of maybe inspired by to maybe follow in their footsteps?
Well, I was a really big fan of the Attitude Era. So like Bret Hart,
Oh yeah.
he was a big one of mine. You know, the obvious ones like Stone Cold, The Rock, and all that stuff. You know, but I was really I love the high flying guys. You know, I'm a really big fan of the guys who like put their bodies on the line week in and week out. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Is that the kind of style that you're kind of doing?
I'm trying to adapt a lot into my game. You know, I'm trying to adapt like the high flying mixed with, you know, the power striking game and stuff. So I'm trying to mix a lot in there, but it's been tough. It's been really tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. Let's talk about your training. What was it like the first day? 'Cause I heard a lot of stories from people that like they throw up and they quit or whatever.
Ooh.
How was that?
Oh yeah, well there was about 20 of us going on that day, like newcomers, and about 5 of them quit instantly.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be tough. Like the first thing they show you is like how to run the ropes and stuff like that. You know, how to coordinate yourself in the ring, not to be sloppy. You know, like get used to your environment first before you start even grappling or striking each other. So yeah, it was real tough. Like a lot of cardio work goes into it. So I had a couple of days where I was feeling rough after the first session. So, but now I think it's becoming like clockwork now. So my body's getting used to it slowly, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting in the ring now.
What was it like taking like your first bump?
Oh well,
Like how was that?
it was knocked the wind out of me because what happened was the first bump you have to take is obviously a power slam, you know. So it's just an easy up and down drop move on your back.
Mhm.
And I landed wrong on my first couple of days in there, and I landed on my shoulder blade
Wow.
slightly on the side, and yeah, I bruised the back of my shoulder blade, and I couldn't train for about 2 weeks.
Huh.
And so
You didn't stop though. You got right back up.
oh yeah, you got to get back up and get on going because I'm really committed to this. You know, I'm really enjoy what I'm doing, so I don't want to give up after one little bump. You know.
Right.
Aw.
That's a lot different than boxing because boxing you're trying not to get hurt, and this one you're kind of like throwing your own body in harm's way in a lot of ways. You know.
Yeah, like at first I was used to I was trying to get used to the non-contact form of it, but now it's fun. It's really good.
What's it like? Because there's you put a lot of trust in the other guy you're working with. Is that ever like a difficult thing? Like this guy's gonna pick me up and put me in a position where I could get really hurt, but you know you have to kind of like work with him. Is that trust thing kind of ever hard to do?
Yeah, yeah. The trust thing's really good. Like before, I'm working with the guy I'm working with now here. I wanted to watch him and do a couple of things first before I jumped into the ring with him. You know, and he's pretty solid. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's got to improve on a couple of things, like I have myself, because you know we're both relatively new. But yeah, this guy's really good. He's a strong guy. He's about 6'4". He's a big guy, so he's going to be doing most of the lifting because I'm only 6 foot. So he's going to be the power guy in the situation, you know. And I really do trust him with some of the stuff. Like I got suplexed by him in the ring, and like everything was safe, everything was firm. You know, he just knows what he's doing. There's not going to be no slip ups, hopefully.
So
What's like the craziest move you've been involved in so far? Is it the suplex or?
Well, I took a superplex off the top rope. That was pretty fun.
Wow, top rope superplex.
Yeah,
Ow.
that was pretty good. It was pretty intense because it's such a high drop. Yeah, like it takes like forever to get down, but if you land correctly, it's all good. It's all good.
What does that feel like? Does that feel like you're on like a roller coaster, or what is that like?
Yeah, it's a weird sensation. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like a roller coaster sensation, but if everything goes as planned, you know, it's kind of up and down relatively smoothly. So, yeah, everything looks good to the eye, but everything's safe.
Well, I'm sure that's something I will never experience in my life. So. I'm gonna live through you now. This is pretty cool. The kind of question I have, I'm just gonna ask you.
Yeah, man, it's all good. Like, I can't wait to show you guys the footage, you know, the match and stuff. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, this is great because I met a lot of wrestlers, but I never had the chance to like ask them specifically like how things are done or what it's like. It's cool. So when exactly is your first match?
When exactly did you say?
Yes,
September 28th.
September 28th. Do you know who you're going against? It's not the Ultimate Warrior, is it?
No.
Oh my!
Fuck that shit. No,
Yeah.
it's this guy called Darren. He's a really cool guy. He's been doing it now for over a year now, and he's had a couple of matches under his belt, and it's gone really well. So, yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm pretty nervous because it's my first event, so there's quite a few people going. And
Do you know like how long your match will be or anything like that? Or
yeah, they said around 10 to 15 minutes it's going to be.
are you going to demand that you win? That you go over?
Well, what they're doing is that we're going to find out like a week before who's going to win, so the story can pan out during that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Well, since there's actually like a storyline and everything, so it's pretty sweet.
yeah, they're doing it really properly, so they are going to concentrate on the storyline as well. So they're not just going to throw two guys in the ring and say wrestle,
Right, yeah.
They want to
yeah.
make it so the ending, at least pushes things along in some way.
Well, the WWE does that all the time. They just throw guys out there and do
What?
this.
Really?
Yeah, they don't always. A lot of times there's no storyline. They just pretend there's one. But.
Want to wrestle?
Yeah, just watch Ryback. It's just like two small guys in the ring. I'll clothesline you once, pick you up and slam you. That'll do.
So what kind of style are you looking to develop?
Well, because I'm not as big as the other guys, I've got to try and be like the smaller, faster guy.
Do you mind telling us your size?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 6 foot 220.
Okay, cool. All right. It's kind of like a cruiser kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest guy, but I'm quite fast on my feet. So hopefully I can implement some excitement into it, instead of two big guys just throwing haymakers.
Right. Bear hugs and
Yeah.
wrestle.
Yeah. So hopefully, like all the stuff I do is pleasing to the eye, anyway.
So I've talked to you a little bit about this, but have you ever thought about a gimmick at all? Are they at that point where you're going to come up with a character? Or?
Well, the guy I'm fighting against is supposedly meant to be like quite a face, He's meant to be the baby face guy.
Oh, so you're the heel here.
Yeah, so
That's more fun.
they're
wow.
pushing me towards the heel, which I think myself is fun, yeah. So I've got to think of something that'll piss everyone off,
Huh,
Yeah, 'cause
interesting.
you sound really friendly right now.
Oh yeah, like the character they want me to be is pretty aggressive and not very nice, So it's hard to change my demeanor all of a sudden, but yeah, it's gonna be something I'm gonna work on over time.
So yeah, just have fun with it. I mean, who else gets to go out in front of a crowd and just insult the entire audience? I mean,
And they love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get well into it. Like,
And there's nothing like wrestling live. I mean, it's insane.
oh yeah, it's gonna be pretty nerve-wracking, like with everyone's eyes on me, all the eyes on me at once. But yeah, it should be fun.
Wow. So we actually asked our audience if they could come up with some gimmicks. So we do have a small list, but I think OJ's going to read down. Some of them are hit or miss. We'll see what you think.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
Okay, well, sir.
So, Sweet Life 101545 suggests Psycho Sid mixed with CM Punk. Considering he's from the UK, he should be a good talker.
Are you a good promo guy? Is this true?
Yeah, well, in college, I did quite a bit of theatre, so I'm pretty good in front of people and speaking, and I'm pretty good on the mic. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's a thing I could like put into it, But Psycho Sid,
Psycho Sid mixed with Punk. I don't know. It's kind of a weird combo. But,
yeah, that's a pretty crazy one.
I don't know if he's being serious with that or not. But do you mind giving us a little bit of a promo? Can you cut a promo on OJ over here, like a short one?
Oh wow,
Is that cool? If you don't want it, it's okay. Just
oh wow. I'll tell you what I'll do. How about this? A week before I go on, I'll cut the promo that I'm going to use on the show.
okay.
Cool.
If that's cool with you guys, because
That'd be great. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, a week before I go on, I've got to do a lot of rehearsing on the mic, because I'm gonna do quite a bit of speaking before the match, and hopefully,
Okay, yeah, this will be good. This will be good kind of practice in a way, 'cause,
yeah, and hopefully the Ramborgia can judge me. And
Oh, they will. They will.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
All right, OJ, what else we got here?
All right, I think this next one, unless you want me to censor the pants off it, you're going to have to do it.
I don't even have it in front of me, so just
Oh,
censor it.
mother pantser. All right. This one is from Dude Guy 1354. Wrestler gimmick. The poop storm. Growing up as a young man on the streets, one day A hobo came over and pooped on his face. The poop was radioactive, and now he has the power to control feces. He comes out and just sprays the poop all over the opponent, sticking them to the mat so he can pin them. Or he creates a long, stretching single poop and uses it to submit opponent. Warning, I take no responsibility for any disqualification occurring due to the poop being a legal weapon.
That sounds more like a superhero or something than a wrestler. I don't know. That's actually a good superhero idea. All right, let's continue with this.
Okay. So the next one is from Laverty318, and I can read this one. Wrestling gimmick. The believer. He believes everything he hears.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's like pretty crazy.
The other guy could say, "You won!" And then you'd be like, "Yay!" And then he'd like pin you from behind. You'd be like, "But I thought I won."
It's not much worse than Ryback, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bit more character than Ryback, so.
Yeah, it's more character development than Ryback ever had. What else? Let's continue with this.
All right. Wrestler's gimmick should be a wrestler who can win all his matches in 2 minutes or less. And he has a belt called the 2-minute belt. Whenever he can't win in under 2 minutes, he loses his belt. Shining Knight 23.
That'd be an awesome gimmick. I mean, you just win all your matches.
That is pretty sweet. Like, I do like the sound of that, but because that sounds more like a power guy, though. You know, like
yeah,
like Ryback. Sorry to keep on bringing that guy up, but it does sound like a bit of a Ryback. So
Ryback is going to challenge you after he hears this. This is not good for you.
He doesn't watch your show, dude. Fuck.
He's going to show up at you. He's going to come to your show and approach you.
Oh, my first show. That's all I need. That music to come on. Fuck.
All right, we got a couple more here, even though this isn't going too well, but let's continue.
All right, our next one is from Sir Maya the Bee. Wrestler gimmick. Dire. He has a very strong heel that is based on bending minds, much like the Riddler. His dialogue should be written to question other wrestlers or the crowd's morality. For example, when he gets the mic, he immediately says his catchphrase, question, in a calm voice, and then insults the crowd like, question, why am I in this cesspool of fools? His moveset is very grinding with chops, punches, stomps, chokes, suplexes, and etc. His finisher is called Gray Matter. The finisher Gray Matter is an inverted Death Valley.
Oh, wow. That guy put so much thought into that shit.
That was pretty thought out. I appreciate that.
Down for a while.
Yeah.
It's cool the way he thought of all that, though. Like, it's pretty sweet that he's got a little character in his mind, though. Like, there's a couple of things that do sound pretty nice in there, like the bending mind stuff. I like that.
Right, a real intellectual type of character.
I'd like to hear you say, question, why I'm in the cesspool of fools.
throw that in the promo.
Yeah, I'll throw that in there for you guys.
A cesspool of fools, wow.
Oh, rhymes and everything.
Is there any more, or are we done?
Yeah, we got 2 more, man.
Okay.
This one's from Nobunaga V3. Kyle's gimmick should be similar to that of Dean Malenko or Bryan Danielson, in that he should focus on using his technical wrestling ability to earn the respect of the fans and eventually win the world title. In a few years, he'll go to the WWE, win the World Heavyweight or the WWE title in his first year with the company, and then get buried, and it will be awesome.
I don't know, like the buried part. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Well, a quick career ever. Oh, fuck. Like, that... the WWE part sounds fun. I'll do that.
All right.
They're getting buried after a year. I'm not into all that.
Yeah, we disagree with that part.
All right, so here's the last one from Plead the Fazif. Wrestler gimmick. The real man. The real man doesn't care about no period. He'll put a towel down. It ain't that serious. He's been shot before, so show him the blood. He'll devour it. The real man doesn't care about no period. He'll eat the kitty and maybe poop shoot too. It's a bit risque, but just throwing you out there. What the frell?
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Things kind of went off the rails.
The Ramborgia were crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. We got to come up with some better stuff here, guys. I mean, I appreciate your efforts, but we got to kind of step it up next time.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool though. Like, it's pretty cool that people are coming in though and doing that stuff.
I would give you an idea, but I have no idea right now. So if I come up with something, I'll let you know. I have nothing.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Every little helps.
I would love to really, like you said, to hear your promo and stuff. I think it'd be really great to experience that.
Yeah, well, a week before I go on, I'll come on for you guys, and I'll flash a little promo, and you guys tell me what you think and tell me what I need to improve on. It can be like a little rehearsal kind of thing.
All right, yeah, that's awesome, man.
Works for everyone.
This is great. So I guess we'll talk to you again in September, man.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for having
Thanks
me
for
on,
staying
guys.
up with us, man.
Yeah.
You guys from the UK are great. Stay up like all the middle of the night to come on, so it's great, man.
Oh, yeah, we love you guys over here, so. Yeah, thanks
we
for
love you
having me
as
on, guys, and I'll catch you guys back in September.
All right,
right.
sir. Good luck with everything, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good luck, sir.
All right, bye. All right, that was awesome.
I am eager to see this fellow fight.
That was a lot of fun. So, OJ, I know you have a story to tell us. Something happened over the weekend.
It's not that interesting.
Some
It
sort of
just
fiasco.
just seemed relevant at the time.
Some sort of insanity.
Yeah, well,
Madness. Some may say madness. Some may say pure madness. Unadulterated? Unadulterated pure madness?
if you heard what I was saying at the time, I'm going to try and recreate it, but it's not going to be anywhere near as good. So, I was at the beach in Rhode Island, and I'd gotten separated from the rest of the group, swimming around in the water. And we all had seen earlier, the tide was going out, so the water level was going down. That there was a rock all the way up at the beach in front of the lifeguard station, in the middle of the beach, kind of near the water line. What I didn't realize is what this rock meant. So I had somehow ended up on the other side of the rocks from everybody else.
How did this happen?
I don't know. It's a little rock, it's like four foot diameter, whatever.
So this is the ocean?
Yeah,
You swim in the ocean?
yeah, I
I
love
didn't
it.
know that.
I effing love it, man.
You could swim?
Okay.
I didn't no idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
boogie board too, just terribly.
All right.
But I thought, okay, everyone's over there, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna swim over now. So I start swimming over, and when I get to, if you drew a line from that rock straight into the water, once I hit that spot, my hands are in front of me. I just go, my hands land on a jagged, algae-encrusted rock, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, ow, 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 a rock. And my friends are like, oh, just swim over it. I'm like, swim over? What? So I try to get over. My knee hits it, my other leg hits it, my foot hits it. I'm like scratching myself, I'm bleeding. So I just back away from the rock. I'm like, okay, that's it. And I'm just like, mother frelling wombat in a tutu dancing across the street with the, like, the most odd stream of words I think that have ever escaped my mouth.
That was actually more filthy than any curse words you could have said.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just walked all the way down the line of rocks. There was an entire line of rocks going from that one up at the water line all the way down into the ocean. Why? I don't know. But I found it, and for the rest of the day, as the tide got lower and lower, I found more rocks. It became my mutant power. No matter
You stabbed
where.
multiple times by rocks.
Yes, like I just put my foot down, bam, rock.
Was there some bleeding going on?
From my hands, yeah.
And you just continued in the water? Is that safe?
Probably not.
Were you shaking people's hands and hugging babies after this?
No, you let them lick it.
Ah.
Kidding.
You're okay now. Did you put some Band-Aids on?
Actually, no. It's on the fleshy part of my palm. I think I'm okay. Knock on wood.
Some bacitracin?
I should have. I really should have.
So was that the story?
Pretty much. I got attacked by some rocks because I'm too dumb to realize what a rock on the beach means.
Was there a lifeguard?
Yeah, the lifeguard was actually right. If you drew a straight line from the rock to the beach, it would be the lifeguard station.
Was it Pamela Anderson?
I wish.
Young Pamela or current Pamela?
Either would have been an improvement.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I think it was a dude.
Yeah. Of course. So a couple things going on in the news I want to kind of get into.
Sure.
Something happened with Mars. Where we landed on Mars.
Yeah, we landed the Curiosity rover.
You're a big space guy, right?
To a degree.
Didn't you once go to space camp?
Space Academy, yes.
You went to space camp.
Space Academy!
You went to the Space Academy. What does this mean? Tell us. Tell
Space
everyone.
camp is for what, like 5th grade and under kids, or maybe 7th grade and under kids, and Space Academy is for people in middle school.
What's just the name is different or what?
The name's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more grown up.
Space Academy is a little more sophisticated. A
Yeah,
little more dangerous.
not as much little kid stuff. Oh,
You
dude,
can have as much. What's that stuff they drink?
Tang.
You can have as much Tang as you want. Where the younger
Actually,
kids they're
get
restricted.
this, man. I think it still is, but at the time, Coke is the official soft drink of NASA. So at lunch, we had as much Coke as we wanted, Apparently, they tried to take Coke up into space, and people drank it, and they all got sick because the bubbles reacted in their stomachs or something. This is what they told us. So then Pepsi's like, oh, here, and gave them flat Pepsi. And then NASA's like, this is disgusting. I don't want to drink this. So then Coke said, here's some of our refrigeration technology. And NASA's like, official drink of NASA, Coke. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I could tell stories, sir.
So why did you go to Space Academy? Did you want to was that your dream to be an astronaut or something? What was going on?
I just thought it would be fun. A friend of mine wanted to go. I wanted to go. We thought that,
You love science.
to a degree, yeah. I was terrified. Oh my gosh, dude! The missions that we did, I could go. You could do 2
Tell
missions.
us about the missions. Tell us
All
about the missions.
So, I'll talk about the second mission first because the first one is more entertaining, I think.
Okay.
So one of the most coveted positions is to be the person who actually dresses up in the spacesuit and does repairs, like floating around and whatnot, outside the fake shuttle they've got. I forgot what the word is for that, which is so embarrassing. But anyway, so I guess we drew straws or something, and I got to be one of the 2 people outside repairing the satellite that the shuttle was going up to. My friend was the commander of the space shuttle. Some other dude was the captain. So we get up there, and they put you in this contraption. They wheel you around, and I'm up there trying to quote-unquote repair this satellite, and I drop the effing tools.
Well, what do you like? Explain this to me. What are you wearing? Like, how does this work?
A giant, like, foam spacesuit.
How is it like you're in space?
Inside.
They turn the gravity off? What do they do? You just
No,
pretend?
you're on this winch or something. You're, like, suspended off the ground, so you can't
So you're on, like,
yourself.
cables?
Somehow. I was on some sort of contraption.
It's like a harness that kind of mimics that there's zero gravity.
A harness attached to another piece of equipment.
And you were the one that went out of the ship.
One of 2.
You were the one that was adventurous. You said, I will go out.
Yeah, and then I dropped it. I
You
dropped
dropped
my
what, the
effing
tools?
Yeah.
So what happens?
Well, I was docked some points for that, I'd imagine, because you actually get grades based on how well you do.
Yeah.
As a team.
Why did you drop the tools? What happened?
It just slipped out of my hands. Now, my reasoning was, hey, if this were space, they would have hovered there for a second. I could have grabbed them. But since it wasn't,
that's probably not protocol.
But the real reason we lost points was after we finished our mission and we're back in the shuttle to dock with the space station. So there's a little readout, right?
Yeah.
That says your distance to the space station, has a little diagram of what it looks like. And it started saying, like 1,000 meters, 750 meters. And my friend's, commanding the pilot to do his thing, whatever, giving orders, blah, 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 blah. 250 meters. We're going kind of fast at this point. 75 meters, 50 meters, 25 meters, 10 meters, 5 meters. And we're like, we're not stopped yet, guys. 2 meters, 1 meter, 0 meters. And all of a sudden, we're 150 meters away again.
How is this controlled?
Into the station.
It's like computerized?
It's a simulation, yeah.
So they crashed the shuttle into the space station.
We crashed the shuttle into the space station.
Well, maybe you crashed because you did not repair it correctly. Is that why?
No, I repaired the satellite. The shuttle itself was fine.
What is this? Oh, the satellites, how they communicate?
No, it was just a...
That's even worse because these people at the space station had no idea it was coming. There's no satellite. You're untraceable. They're all on the space station, relaxing. Everything's going fine. All of a sudden, the shuttle comes crashing into them unannounced. No warning.
That's not as terrifying as what happened to me in the first mission.
This isn't even... You're not even done here? There's more?
Yeah, there's a better...
Oh, this is gold. All right, continue with this.
All right. So, the next mission, I'm in the space station.
Yeah.
And I'm there with 2 other guys. One of them is like the operations guy. One of them's the other thing guy. And I've got
Everyone has their clothes on, right?
Everyone's dressed.
And you're the scientist this time.
Yeah. So basically, I'm in there doing like 6th grade level science experiments while everybody else is doing crazy stuff outside.
Like what? What do you have to do?
Like testing the pH of things, like spinning tops and calculating stuff. I don't remember, but I know I was definitely using litmus paper for something.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, the other guys are off doing other stuff like working with minerals and stuff.
Yeah.
And the lights go out and alarm sirens start blaring. I'm like, what the heck is this? Space station, we've got a problem. We need somebody
This is sick.
to go outside of the space station and repair part of the station. So please pick 2 volunteers.
All right, let me stop you here. This is insane. Who's in charge of this operation? These are astronauts?
I get maybe former astronauts, people involved with NASA.
Former astronauts. Let's go with that. How old are you here?
Oh gosh, I was probably like between 12 and 16.
All right, so they take these children, 12 and 16 years old, lock them in a room, and they could probably see, but you can't see them. Is this correct?
Dude. Oh yeah, there's cameras. I'll get to the cameras.
All right, so they can see you, but you cannot see them, and they basically sit there all together, these former astronauts, and they torture children because of the space madness that they have. That is why they have space madness, and this is what they do.
This is my chocolate bar.
They go, wait a minute. These people's parents are going to pay us. They fly their kids across the country to pay us to torture their children. All right, continue with the story. So the sirens are going off.
So the sirens are going off, and basically everyone but me had got dressed up and went outside the station to go repair it.
Yeah.
The lights are off. There's just one blue warning light going off. Now the station is shaped like an L.
Uh-huh.
So there's the entrance at the short, stubby part of the L. The entrance is on the right, and then you go back, and then the long part of the L is to the left. So I was communicating with the commander somewhere. Maybe the guy's back at Earth or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the guy in the room next door that's 50 years old is torturing a child, yes.
Yes, okay. So I'm in there all alone. The lights are off. Just this alarm siren every now and then, this blinking, this like rotating blue light like a police light. I'm freaking out, and I can hear the guys outside repairing stuff like, oh, careful, just maneuver it into place, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and they're like, all right, guy in the space station. Yes?
Guy in the space station.
Whatever they said. We're going to need you to adjust some panels. So they have me running. They have me run to the front panel by the exit, and it's completely dark. This is the most vulnerable part of the station because my back is to the corner, where it turns, so it's open behind me, and to the rest. And I look down, and there's a screen with where the cameras in the space station are recording the rest of the station, so I can see the darkness behind me and everything. And then they say, "Okay, you have to find this switch." Okay.
Of course, yes.
The switch is labeled blah blah blah. These labels are effing tiny, all right? I'm the most nearsighted kid on the planet. And they're like, you got to find the switch. We can't turn the power back on until you find the switch. So I'm freaking out trying to find the switch. And all I can think of is, here's a guy hunched over a console, frantically trying to hit a button, despite the fact that there's screens right in front of him showing what's creeping up on him from behind.
What was coming?
Nothing was, but in my mind there was, because in movies, what happens? The guy is freaking out trying to hit a switch,
You thought maybe one of these insane astronauts, it's quite possible what they would do is dress up in some sort of an alien costume, maybe come out and just start maybe molesting you. I don't know. It seems like that's what would happen.
Yeah, I was freaking out, man.
Well, these screens that you're seeing, are you not supposed to see them, or you are?
No, you're supposed to see them. There's just two little screens showing what's going on in the station. This is like the control panel.
Yeah.
But in a movie, you would see like where the guy's looking, and then below him, you'd see the screens, and you'd see the shadow getting ever closer.
They always come from behind.
Exactly. Finally, I hit the button. The lights came back on. The guys came back inside.
You did it.
We did it.
What did they say, the astronauts? After they put their pants back on, what did they say?
Everybody got a good job. We did get an award for something. I don't remember what it was, though. Which
what would happen if you just went insane and started breaking everything and smashing the lights and...
I think they would have sent me home.
What if you just broke down? I'm sure kids fall apart in this situation. You're putting kids under pressure for I don't know why. What if you just collapsed and
dude,
cried, and what would happen then?
If you think we had it bad, one of my friends did Aviation Challenge next door.
What is that? There's
Air Force.
Shoot off a building?
Air Force.
They throw you off a building with a Leonardo da Vinci flying machine?
Dude, compared to them, we were living like kings. They got woken up at 5 a.m, dragged out to eat, do all sorts of calisthenics and whatnot. Meanwhile, we're the astronauts, man. We're the eggheads. We're listening to former astronauts tell stories.
That must be cool.
Oh, it was awesome. Aside from the whole tuna fish sandwich incident.
Do you want to explain that now that you brought it up?
Mm-hmm.
What is
So
this?
everybody was complaining about how bad I smelled.
Why?
They claimed that I was farting all the time and I smelled awful. And they kept blaming me. They're like, it's coming from your locker, man. You smell awful.
Hold on. Who was complaining that you smelled? The
other
children
kids.
or the... Who?
The other kids.
Who were they complaining to? You or to the people in charge?
Myself and the other kids.
They were just like, you smell, and they would tell each other, this guy smells?
Yeah. So,
When did it start? From the beginning while you were there?
no, it started maybe a day or two in. Maybe 3 days in.
Yeah.
Which is approximately the half-life of a tuna sandwich if someone shoves it in their locker and forgets about it.
Yeah.
Because the guy next to me, who I believe his name was Paul, because we eventually started calling him Tuna Paul, his mom packed him a tuna fish sandwich, and he left it in his locker the entire week.
Yeah.
And so his locker was right next to mine, and the smell permeated everywhere.
Onto your clothing?
Like, onto his clothing, and he ended up sitting near me a lot, too, so it was hard to deflect the blame.
So they thought that you were the one.
Then they found out it was Tuna Paul. Oh, Tuna Boy, they called him. Tuna Boy.
Oh, so you eventually ratted on him. You're like, no, it's him. He's the tuna boy,
I didn't know
not
it was
me.
him. He was like, when we were packing up, he reached into his locker. He's like,
I'm the one that dropped the tools. He's the tuna boy.
yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
So it sounds like you had quite the experience at this camp.
It was a lot of fun, and you are right about the torture, though.
Yeah, it seems very like, what's the word for this? I don't even know. It just seems kind of sick.
Quick thing to prove your point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. This was a lot of fun. It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
There's a free fall machine, one of those machines where, they strap everybody in. It's, like a hexagon-shaped thing. And they shoot you into the air really fast, so you go up really quickly, and then you free fall for a second and float down, and fall down and go up and down and stuff like that again.
Yeah.
I hate free falls ever since this day because we went onto that thing thinking, yay, we're going to get to go shooting into the air. This will be fun. And the guy was out to trick all of us. It's like, all right, guys, we're going to count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And he hits the effing button at 3.
Why?
At 3, he shoots us into the air. And then,
Just to be sick.
Yeah, we start falling down. He shoots us into the air again, 3 or 4 times.
How was that? What was that like?
It was fun-ish, but I now hate free falls.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if these astronauts are important, they'd be doing astronaut stuff instead of, doing stuff with the kids.
Well,
So
not
maybe
all
they're
astronauts. I mean,
they're kind of upset.
for all I know,
They sent me down here. I wanted to go to freaking Venus, and these dicks sent me down here to train these kids, so I'm just going to torture them.
well, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of...
A kid that smells like tuna, I'm going to make him walk around in the dark, and then I'm going to put my predator suit on and come out while he's sleeping and scare the shit out of him.
I'll tell you this, though. I mean, I think a lot of them were camp counselor-type people, so...
Was Buzz Aldrin there?
No. And
Well, it sounds like you had quite the experience. It's like these the way that you describe it is like it's like vivid in your mind. So it's obviously something that had a lot of impact on your life, I think.
it was an incredibly fun experience.
I had some terrible camp experiences, which we'll have to talk about one day.
Yeah, that was I think after that, there was only one other camp I ever went to, because all other camps I hate.
Yeah, I went to a baseball camp once. That was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other terrible experiences. But such is life. So anyway, I didn't know you had all that in you. I wasn't prepared for this. But I was going to talk about the Mars thing that happened here.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this?
Curiosity rover, I mean, it made its successful landing on Mars. Started taking photos and everything. They apparently the mechanism they used to lower it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it weighs 1 ton, right? And like the way the atmosphere is in Mars, it's like very thin, so there's very little friction to like slow it. Mm-hmm. And it has to go from 13,000. I'm reading this, obviously I didn't memorize it. 13,000 miles per hour to 0 in 7 minutes. It's insane, man. And it basically has like a parachute that comes out of it, and then rockets come out to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane, man. How much did this cost to make?
I don't know, but it's worth it.
Why is it worth it? Well, that's interesting. A lot of people say, why are we doing this Mars stuff? There's all kinds of problems, blah, blah, blah. What do you have to say about this?
I don't know. And I mean, in my mind, the more research we can do towards finding out about other planets, what they're composed of and stuff, especially Mars, which is, our next closest
frontier.
neighbor that we could actually potentially build something on. Because
Really?
honestly, how long until we
Isn't the moon,
destroy
isn't
the
the
Earth?
moon the
completely?
best? Is not the moon the best thing to build on, or no?
I think the moon's a good start, but Mars does kind of have an atmosphere, which helps.
It's insane how long this stuff takes, man. Because
Months.
didn't JFK say we'll have people on the moon, living on the moon, by like 1980 or something?
Yep.
We're probably 200 years away from this.
I don't know, dude.
It's probably a long time, dude.
Well, think about it this way. When did the Wright brothers fly? Like 1907 or something, 1912,
Yeah,
and we got to the moon in what? 1969.
yeah,
That's fewer than 100 years.
yeah. But I think that now it's hard.
Yeah, this is the hard part. This is why we need to research this stuff.
But I think the people that watched that in 1969, the moon landing, if you're like 2012, what'll be going on in space? They probably, I think most people probably would have said there'll be some kind of colony. I would think. No,
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they thought. Yeah.
I would think maybe some would think that.
Well, let's get that funding back in there, man.
There's no funding to give. There's all kinds of other problems.
True.
What's interesting is I read an article about how, this Mars rover thing, it actually took 7,000 jobs to build it or something like that. Because you think about all the metal and all the different parts that go into it.
And the technicians and all sorts.
Yeah, it
of
actually
good
created. They estimate like 7,000 different people worked on it in some fashion. So I don't know, but
stuff. It's worth it, man.
I guess so. I think that, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I think it's always been part of mankind is that we try to learn more about ourselves and our environment. It's gone on forever. It's always been that way since the first cavemen,
Just reaching out, trying to discover what's out there.
Right. But we want to be able to fix some of the issues we have here as well on Earth.
Either that or try and flee.
Before we create problems on other planets, let us first fix our problems on here.
I wonder if the scientists are thinking, dude, we got maybe another 100,000 miles on this Earth before we're going to have to trade it in for a new one.
Yeah.
I knew we should have gotten that extended warranty.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about, let's see here. This year, 2012, has been the warmest year on record for the Northeast. Did you know this?
I felt it.
You felt it.
I'm a winter guy, man.
Yeah. Let's see here. The average temperature for the region from January to July was 49.9 degrees. The warmest for the period since record keeping began in 1895. So it kind of impacts us because we're from this Northeast, obviously.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on this? I didn't really think beyond this topic, beyond asking you what your thoughts were.
Well, I can't really say that hot weather means the planet's getting warmer, like on the whole.
Mm.
But it's still terrible, awful weather. And it makes me very uncomfortable.
Honestly, the summer hasn't been too bad. There's a couple days that are really intense. For the most part, it's pretty comfortable, I thought. And the winter was really pretty cool.
Pretty cool. It was the effing mildest winter ever, dude. It was terrible.
Well, you like cold weather, but
Darn right.
I like to be around, life and plants and things are, alive, and that's where you're supposed to be, man.
Plants and birds and rocks and things.
Yeah, things that are alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like rocks that stab your foot, your hands.
Yeah. And knees.
So that's what I prefer. I mean, I don't know. You like the cold.
Aw.
You like to be the only man, only living being, and everything's barren and dead.
It's pristine and beautiful.
You are much like Mr. Freeze. Not the cool Mr. Freeze, the Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
What?
That is you.
Oh, that is a low blow. I haven't even seen that movie, and I know it's a low blow.
How could you not have seen it?
I've only seen the first two Batman movies, and then the most recent three.
Well, in any case, I mean, I enjoy the weather. You don't, but whatever. That's beside the point. It makes you wonder about what was going on. Well, maybe it's just the way the wind patterns are. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still be more for polluting the earth less, regardless.
Yes, let's not do that anymore. All right, anything else you want to talk about? We get Joe in here?
Sure, let's go get Joe.
All right, we shall get Joe, and we will return with Joe.
Go, Joe!
Okay, welcome back to the show. Our guest right now has been a friend of mine for a long time. Used to work together. You may know him from several playthroughs myself and DSP have done, including Sonic and Mario's Olympic Games, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Mhm.
What else? What else was there?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance,
That was a long time ago.
Oh, wow. Reaching.
That's for the old school fans.
Assassin's Creed, Gears of
Yeah,
War
Assassin's
3.
Creed. That's right. A lot of games.
But, and more recent, hey, the Repo Guys here. How you guys doing? Hey,
Oh,
the
Also
guy,
the
Hey,
Repo guy.
the guy with the nose. I remember you. Hey, you got that big with the big schnoz all over thing. You hit me with that big goop and I fall on the floor and it kind of hurt, you know. But we can let bygones be bygones.
Repo guy's back.
He's back.
So he's also the Repo guy from Shawsman Hole Punch number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Joe Tempest Fox to the show.
Woo! Whoop. Thank you.
Joseph, you finally made it onto the show, man. What's going on?
God, I'm finally back.
So a lot of people have heard you in the playthroughs, have seen you do the Repo guy.
Yep.
Well, they may not really know a lot about you. Why don't you tell some people some things about yourself?
Let's see. What is there to tell? I'm just some guy, I guess, that you found hanging out on the street. And
The first time I met you, you lived near me.
we never knew about this. And, by chance, we found each other in Vegas.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
What?
Me
We did.
me and Phil and Joe, all of a sudden we're in an elevator together,
Yeah. At Evo,
and in Vegas, because at
Evo 2007.
and then you're like, I live in Danbury. I was like, I do too. What the hell?
I grew up in Carmel. And I live in Brewster. What the fuck?
What?
So then we kind of became friends, and I think you came over, we played some games, started playing some games,
Yeah,
and then you were assistant manager at GameStop,
that's right.
and then you brought me into GameStop,
You
or I asked you to do it.
Possibly the worst mistake ever, but
I said, please hurt me, Joe. Please hurt me.
Come to the dark side.
Okay, John. I can hurt you.
And we had some fun there.
You can share in my pain.
We worked together there for a long time, 2 years or something.
Sure,
Wow.
too. Yeah. It was a good while.
And then during that time is when Phil, it was 2008, when Phil started doing his videos, and then I was like, oh, it was good Joe in there, and you did a lot of great stuff with us. So
Oh, thank you.
it's pretty much the story, man.
It was a pleasure being had.
Yes, a pleasure for all of us.
We've been pretty much best friends since.
Yes, sir.
I mean, since you got me that poster, I've been in love with you.
What poster is
no
this?
homo, but when John went off to where was it? It was a convention somewhere, I think.
Mhm.
And he got me an autographed poster of Vega, my main in Street Fighter 4 at the time.
That's
Nice
right.
deal.
And it was so beautiful. I was moved. I was like, wow, this guy is
Aw.
awesome. So since then, I asked him to be my best man at my wedding, which is yet to happen.
Well, you're planning
Let me
ahead
know.
there. That's good.
Will eventually.
Let me know when.
Yeah, it will.
So, Joe, you have your own. A lot of people may not know this. You have your own YouTube channel. You got your own stuff going on.
I do, and I don't have many subscribers, so please come to my channel. It's the Joey Fox Show. I've got a couple of videos right now. I'm working on a few more. I'm gonna start up Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines pretty soon.
Oh, wow. Nice deal.
But yeah,
That was pretty good.
I actually haven't played it much, so it's gonna be kind of fun.
It'll be as
I've
new
got
to
it.
you as it is to the viewers.
Yes, I've got.
What was that insane game you were showing me there, a couple weeks ago?
That was a Bobo's Big Adventure.
You did play that on
I
there.
did. That was a fun time.
Tell us about that game. It's insane. Do you know about this, John?
Nope.
What it is, you remember a Bobo from Double Dragon, don't you? That
Yes.
big hulking muscular guy.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, well, somebody made a story. There's a Bobo. He's just hanging out, and somebody abducts his child, a Boboy. Somebody a Boboy, and a Bobo has to go on a murderous rampage and get his son back. And it takes you through 9 levels, I believe, and each one is themed on a different NES game. So the first one would be in the playstyle Double Dragon. The second one would be an underwater level of Mario.
Oh, that's cool.
There's like a Zelda-ish level. There's a Punch-Out level, a balloon fight, Urban Champion. The
Yeah,
game
it's pretty crazy. It was
it
like
just
it's like a different
changes
and-
gameplay throughout the whole game, throughout every
Yeah,
stage.
it's really cool, man. There's a lot of cool stuff like that, like those homebrew type of games out there.
Yeah,
People
like
do good work.
what was it? That Super Mario mashup one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about a Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden?
I never tried.
You know
What the
about
hell
that
is that?
game?
What is this?
I know about it, but I haven't.
It takes place
seen
in the future. Charles Barkley basically blows up half the planet by doing a chaos dunk, and now he has to search. Yeah,
He'd still dunk in the future? He's like, is
Of
he
course,
gonna be
he's
old?
fucking Charles Barkley, man.
yeah,
all right, I'm
man.
sorry.
So he's got to go through. I think he's trying to rescue his son or something. This post-apocalyptic wasteland that he caused, and he runs into such characters as Robot, Scottie Pippen, and others.
Yes.
Robo Pippin's a villain?
Pippin.
I don't know if he's a villain. I know he's in it though.
I would assume he's a villain. So Joe, what kind of games you like? You like it pretty kind of like a eclectic group of games over the years.
Yeah, I'm mostly, well, I was, mostly on the fighters, because, that's how we met. That's how I started gaming. Street Fighter, King of Fighters, all that kind of fun stuff. And I was always a fan of RPGs. Final Fantasy VI is probably my favorite. Everybody will say 7, but, us true gamers know 6 is the best in the original.
Have you played 4?
4 would be the one with Cecil.
Yeah, and the horrible, stupid ending dungeon that I can't beat.
That would probably be my second or third favorite.
All right, cool.
But 6 is the best just because I love Setzer. I love gamblers in general, and Setzer Gabani is like the man.
The king of gambling.
Yes. Like, you need saving? I'll do it. I have an airship. Get on. Come on, baby. You look like a chick I like. Come on with me.
Oh my.
That's what he said to sell us, basically.
I think Zap Brannigan took a little bit.
Setzer Brannigan.
So
What
what do you feel about let's talk fighting games? Like more specifically, what's like your favorite fighting game?
What I'm playing now?
No, just like of all time. What do you think is like the best?
All time. Oh, goodness.
Tough one.
How can you go wrong with Super Turbo, man?
Yeah, it's probably the most solid.
It's probably, the one that stood the test of time the longest.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm in the 4. I'm in the King of Fighters. Probably 98 would be the best one.
You thought the Street Fighter Cross Tekken? Not liking it.
that bad?
know, if Capcom didn't try to milk us for every penny, I'd probably play it more.
Mm.
But, they held back my character. They held back Guy. And they're making me pay for him. So I'm like, you know what, Capcom? F you.
I just don't understand like how Blanca is like a guy you buy.
Yeah.
He's one of like the original World Warriors, like the
original-
most basic
They gotta
guys.
pay for him, though.
Blanca, buy him.
Are they putting Dan in there yet?
No.
Nah.
Yeah.
We don't need Dan.
Yeah, they're not putting Karen in. They're not putting Armika in. They're not putting any good characters in. I was hoping they bring Bruce from Tekken series because I don't know. I kind of have a thing for the TIE fighters in most fighting games.
Yeah.
Like I'll play Bruce in Tekken or what's his name from Virtua Fighter, Brad. Brad was cool. Edon from Street Fighter was also one of my
That
favorites.
guy's a jerk, though.
Yes, I am a fan of jerks.
Oh, really?
Vegeta from Dragon Ball, love him.
Oh, he's
Hey,
good.
hey, he recovered from his jerkiness a bit.
Oh, but he's still a jerk.
Kakarot! Why do I even care, Kakarot?
You can never take the jerk out of him.
Go,
Bulma tried.
Vegeta, they'll destroy Earth.
Tried.
Why do I even care, Kakarot?
Kakarot!
That is great.
Why would I save the Earth? I was about to destroy it 5 years ago.
Do you think I care, woman?
Honestly, if Earth developed a space program, he would just steal the spaceship, blow up the planet, be like, finally.
Finally,
You, Joe, what are you planning to do on your channel coming up? If people want to just subscribe, of course. What are the plans coming up?
Gonna do some basic playthroughs. I'm playing around with some ideas in my head with what else I want to do. I was thinking about doing like a little, like old arcade games, comparing to how they were in the NES,
That'd be cool.
comparing the two between each other, or
You
like,
gotta find the crazy Street Fighter 2 that came out. I think it was only in
Yeah.
Japan, right?
or like obscure arcade games that nobody even know about that came out on the NES. Like I know you guys. Do you guys know about the Willow NES game?
No.
Do you remember? You don't remember Willow from NES?
I remember
Well,
Willow,
movie,
but I
I
don't
think-
remember much about the game.
Yeah, it was kind of like an RPG-ish type game, and nobody even know they made an arcade game out of it too.
Oh wow.
Or
Yeah, I'd check it out.
Bionic Commando was an arcade game that probably
Oh, that-
nobody ever played.
Yeah.
Oh, but that game did kick butt, though.
Oh yeah, for NES, but in the arcade it was way different.
Oh,
Huh.
Yeah, it was more like actiony. No,
Huh.
upgrading your weapons and picking out your own stuff during the missions and stuff. But it was cool.
So Joe, sorry to bring this up. We're gonna have to. You worked retail for many years.
Oh God,
You worked at GameStop.
you have to.
That's fun.
I don't want you.
So you worked there doing some crazy stuff. I remember, I think we worked the all the Call of Duty launches.
Oh God, yes.
Remember that being there till like 3 in the morning. And
Bring up painful times, John. Bring up very painful times.
it's God. This is how you deal with the pain. You embrace it.
Ugh, I don't want to.
hug the porcupine, Joe. Hug the porcupine.
Ew.
So the Call of Duties, that stuff definitely sticks in my mind,
Yeah.
especially the holiday times.
Black Fridays.
Yeah, is there anything like specifically that like
The mini
comes out?
days. Oh God, just the masses of people that are just flocking to the store
Yeah.
whenever they hear, oh, sale. Like, stay home. You've got, 40 days to shop until Christmas?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to do it all in one day? I don't understand it.
It's just the day to do it. I don't know.
It's not.
What if we get it
Well-
done early? We're responsible.
Well, you should have done it earlier.
It's all marketing, man. So people just, oh, that's the day the sales are.
Plan more ahead, assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear my rants on GameStop?
I'm pretty
What
sure
I've done?
I looked through some of them. Yeah,
You checked them out?
I did a few myself too.
Yes, I remember.
They were on my channel. Actually, did one about you when you got canned.
Well, I did actually walk away, but
Well, canned.
essentially I was pushed out the door.
Yeah, you were canned by yourself.
Yeah, pretty
Aw.
much.
Like, that's it. Ain't taking this
That-
shit no more.
I've had enough of you.
They are an evil company to work for, though.
Well, what do you have to say? We want to hear your thoughts and just in general on things.
General things about what in particular?
About
'Cause my
your
mind is a
experience-
jumble.
Your experience there. Do you recommend people go? Things like that.
Not really. Do not support the machine. Find someplace else to go. I mean, if you got a mom and pop store, nearby you, go there. Give them your money. Help support your local people. Don't support the big corporate machine, because all they're gonna do is rip more people off
Right.
and screw over their employees when they need hours.
So Joe, you were in the recent episode of Shazman Hole Punch.
I enjoyed it
Joe, the
immensely.
series. Did you know about the series before you were in it?
I did actually. When I was actually not living here, but in Alabama, if you can believe
Yeah,
that.
people don't know. He was Joe. That's why people haven't heard from you in a long time.
Yeah, I moved from
Moved, and you moved
from
back.
Danbury to Alabama to be with my sweetie fiance, who shout out, hi honey. But we ran into some tax trouble from her former marriage. Her husband didn't pay his taxes.
Oh, nice.
The IRS is kind of like, hey, we want our money, and they dipped into her bank account, took everything. They're taking her paychecks, and
What?
yeah, we're like, we can't really live like this. So, I couldn't go anywhere down there except the street, and none of her family could take her in down there. She had to move in with her in-laws from her dead husband, which is kind of weird.
Wow.
And
man.
it would be pretty weird for me to move in there. So I had to come all the way back up here.
Wow.
And here we are now.
Well, it's a crappy situation, but the good side is, you get to do stuff with us again. And
Good side
hang
is,
out and
yeah,
stuff.
I get to see
And
my
I got to
buddies
meet
again.
you.
Yes, you do. And you'll probably meet me many more times, OJ.
We'd better.
Yes, okay.
So it was kind of weird because I was putting
Oh,
like
yeah.
the script together, and there's a couple parts where I'm like, I don't know if I was gonna do this,
Dude, give me more parts. I'll do whatever you want me
Yeah, we'll
to.
figure it out. But I was like, we got this repo guy.
Give me a
the
nice big
baker.
bag of crack. I'll do everything.
We had nothing.
What?
This was like
Nothing. I didn't say. I didn't
that's
say
an
nothing.
inside deal. Don't worry about it. But I was like, who's gonna do this? And all of a sudden, you send me a text message. You're like, I'm moving back. I was like, what the hell is this?
Huh?
And I was like, oh, I got a part for you. Okay.
I
And
was
he
like,
was
you
like,
know what?
"Alright."
You're in.
You're just like,
the
oh yeah,
show.
okay, yeah. And so you came to do it. You came to OJ's house, and I showed you I never showed you the script before you got there. You look at it for like 5 minutes, and you're like, okay. I'm like, do you want to practice it? You're like, no, I got it. I'm like, okay. So then we go get in position. We go to do it, and you start doing the accent and the whole thing. I lost it. I started
I know,
laughing.
dude. Like the first take is beautiful. If there's ever a blooper reel, you need to put that in.
Don't worry. I'll make sure.
John's supposed to be working on it. I don't know if he is.
Oh man.
Someday.
Someday.
But- And then like the first couple takes, like I just kept losing it. You were
Yeah.
going,
I mean, we have a good 10, 15 minutes of you just laughing your ass off at me.
I couldn't handle it. I didn't know what to expect, and it was really funny. And one of them, you were just going off, and you're
Like,
like,
hey, go! We got
we're
some
going to see
Untitled tickets,
going to-
and my wife's doing her hair. She wants to go to see the guys with the big bulging pants, and
that was
He's
the best
losing
one
it already.
Yeah, that sucks. I was sad I couldn't get that in there to use
yeah.
that one. You're like, yeah, we're going. Me and my old lady, she's doing her hair, doing the whole thing, getting ready. It's like, oh my god, man. Because we all know guys like that. Like living up here, like
Yeah.
you won't met those dudes.
Those Italian homeboys.
Yeah, tough guys.
I was scared that
Yes.
you wouldn't want to get shot in the face with goo of any kind.
Whatever, dude.
Well, it's funny. Is,
You can shoot me with anything you want.
well, I'll tell you, I'm still
Wait a
finding
minute.
silly string all over my floor. I found another couple chunks the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started
Sure.
cleaning up some more.
I apologize.
Now
Well, yeah, we didn't tell. That was another thing. We didn't tell you that you were gonna be shot with anything. We're just
Yeah,
like,
I
come
was
by.
worried, man.
Yeah. No, I was good with it. It's silly
no,
string. It's made to be shot at people.
Yeah.
That's why I
What-
picked the can up and shot it at OJ before after.
We wanted. We talked about this last. We wanted to do something more elaborate with like the goo, but like just how much you can't really do much with like an apartment that
Yeah.
you pay rent to someone that owns it. and
Landlord would probably get a bit mad over that.
Why is the floor stained blue? Well, we filmed something in here and we shot this man with paint and
We're making our masterpiece. Shut up. Get out of here.
It's art.
It's art. I sacrificed your apartment for art.
yeah. So what did you think about the edit? I tried my best with it. I think it came out pretty well.
I think the people loved it.
Yeah. A lot of people said that was their favorite part.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. I was like, really? Cool. I mean, I used to do drama and stuff in high school, so I do have kind of an acting background.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
like
had some
doing
chops
it.
there. I was like, you didn't really mess up.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really sure how I was going to go. I was like, all right, I'm sure you.
I'm used
I was
to
like, I'm
it.
sure you'll do a good job. I didn't know, and you just really nailed it. Thank you.
Acting is all about bullshitting, and I'm pretty good at that. So
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to be kind of fearless and just kind of do it. And
yeah.
you think
I mean-
about it too much, it gets harder.
In real life, I'm kind of shy. I'm kind of a shy guy, but put me in camera and put me in a character, and I'll do whatever. Like I
Yeah, I think you even said that
I told you.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I talk in my normal voice, nobody can understand what the fuck I'm saying. But if I talk in a character, I'm loud, I'm strong, everybody knows what the fuck I'm saying. It's beautiful.
It's like Ozzy Osbourne. When he talks as Ozzy Osbourne, you can't tell what he's talking
Shut
about.
up!
And then when he sings, you're like, yeah. But when he sings, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, now I understand him. Whoa, dude. It's far
I
out.
remember working at GameStop with you, and it was like you and me working, and then like the like the upper management would come in,
Yeah.
and you and me were pretty likely to back people, you know, we're not like,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
although, you
sure.
know, oh, why this and that?
Yeah.
And they would be like, you guys have to jump around, you got to yell and
Yeah.
talk there, you know, like, I'm like, all right, you know.
Like,
It's just so funny though. It's like, it's like
okay,
you're like, you know.
we have to.
Jump around.
I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. If they buy it, if they want it, they'll buy it.
They knew what they wanted when they came in here, okay?
Exactly. You don't want to bother people. Fuck that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's another thing. The times you bother people and they just like, why, you know?
They bother people and then you chase them out of the store.
Yeah, like, oh god, I gotta get away from this freaking lunatic. Got edge cards coming out of his.
They'll
you know.
never come back.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Man.
So yeah, I think people really liked the episode. That was really great.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing it.
Jesus.
That was so good.
Jesus.
We
Nah,
could
I
barely
don't-
contain our excitement.
Oh man, I couldn't contain my excitement to see it because I knew it was gonna be good, and you guys didn't disappoint.
Yeah, it was good stuff. So Joe, what's coming up next for you, man? I know that you want to play the Expendables game.
We're going to, we're gonna have an Expendables weekend, I believe.
Joe, OJ, you involved in this?
What? No, what? I'd love to.
Yeah.
What?
You
I don't know
are.
when we're doing it yet, but
We
we'll have
told
to,
you we are.
Okay, well, let me know, man. I like explosions.
Jerk.
Who are you gonna be, Dolph Lundgren?
You're coming October, August 17th. We're going to see a movie. We're
Oh,
going to see the
Bro,
game.
August 17th?
Yeah, it's like
Sick.
2 weeks.
I'm in Indianapolis.
What the fuck are you doing in Indianapolis?
Nerding out.
Oh my god,
Go to a
you
convention.
fucking nerd.
When are you around, John? Next week?
Me next week?
When is John? When are you around?
I'm
yeah,
around this weekend and the weekend afterward.
Oh, okay. We'll
I mean,
figure it
the
out.
weekend after next weekend.
we'll
11th and the
coordinate.
25th.
I guess we can do it the weekend after.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Sorry.
So look for that. Anything else going on? Aren't you on Twitter and everything?
I'm on Twitter. What am I? Am I Tempest Fox on Twitter too?
I think so. I follow you. I don't know.
I believe so. You can go follow John and follow his people that he follows and follow me, I guess.
Yes.
and
And
we can put a link in the description, I'm sure.
what's the YouTube channel again?
The Joey Fox Show.
Joey Fox Show. Everyone check it out.
Kind of dropping in the Tempest. I don't know for my name. We're going with Joey Fox now.
All right, it's a little more
It's
casual.
a little streamlined. Yeah, it's a little rolls off the
I
tongue.
like it. I happen to like it.
It rolls off the tongue.
There you go.
You got the Joey. Hey, he's a little more Italian sounding.
Love to put some of your videos up on StayBallsy.com.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it.
Coming Sunday. That's when it
August
comes out.
12th.
Ooh, can't wait. I want to be ballsed.
You will be. All right, sir. Thank you for coming on, and
For having me.
I'm sure you'll be back soon. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'll be around. We'll be playing games with DSP, and we'll be doing, I don't know, other stuff, maybe.
Yay.
More acting.
Yeah.
Yay.
I like doing that.
Excellent.
I like being in character. Because
You'll
I don't,
regret saying that.
I don't have a real personality. I just have characters.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is. I need to
All right,
get-
bye. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, dude.
All right, bye.
Peace.
All right, that was Joe. That was Joe. The
He is a-
experience.
He is a very cool fellow.
Yes. So, OJ, let us
Mhm.
now go to the comments, sir.
All right. Oh, we got a short one first.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Greetings from Thailand. I'm sure you don't get much questions from here. This question is mainly for OJ, seeing how he watches anime, but John Rambo may also answer it. What are your feelings toward adults watching cartoons and/or animes? And would you feel guilty/embarrassed to admit it to others that you watch animation? I'm 18 years old, done with high school and moving to uni, aspiring to be a writer for Western animation. My friends who watch animation watch both ecchi and mature animes. As for me, I mainly watch Western animation, some of my favorites being Megas XLR to Grim Adventures to Samurai Jack to My Little Pony and other cartoons. Personally, I have no problem with adults or any age group older than the target audience liking cartoons. For example, do I find adults watching My Little Pony sad? Not at all. I don't mind telling certain friends that I watch cartoons, but I do get a lot of flack when I mention My Little Pony. It's a typical judging the book by its cover, calling it and the fans gay and for little girls without seeing a couple episodes. Frankly, I and many bronies don't care if it's for girls. What truly matters is that it's a really great show. P.S. A suggestion for John Rambo. Seeing how you're very chilled, man, I would suggest regular show. One of the characters, called Mordecai, I think, remembers your chilled, rational, and cool character. PSS to OJ. Knowing you hate Pinkie Pie, I'd suggest the Party of One episode in MLP. It's an episode focused on Pinkie Pie. It takes a new look on her character, a more darker/serious one. She fights with her insecurities and suspicions until finally she is defeated by her own psyche and falls victim to the dreaded emotion of sadness. Highly recommend it. Stay ballsy and bro hooves to you guys. From Samut Bunag. Sorry, I can't pronounce names.
So it was obviously a long one, but I wanted to get that in there from Thailand. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And he had some really good stuff to say as well. What are your feelings towards adults watching cartoons and or animes? My position is people should be able to do whatever they want to do, as long as they're not hurting other people, hurting themselves in some way. You know, whatever does it for you, that's more than cool. You know, if that's what your passion is, that's what you're into, by all means, nothing wrong with that. I mean, what's really the difference between, you know, this dude watches cartoons compared to a dude that watches, you know, football players run around with spandex on?
Days of our lives.
Is it really so much, you know, like one thing is so cool and acceptable and one other thing is, you know, looked down upon? Is it really so much different, really? So, yeah, it's more than cool. You know, what do you have to say about this?
I'm completely fine with adults watching cartoons and anime and whatnot. I mean, someday I'll be an adult and I still do it. And I don't feel guilty to embarrassed to admit it to people. At this point in my life, if they have a problem with it, then they're probably not somebody I want to hang out with, you know? I mean,
yeah, lots of times people that look down on what other people do or people that are insecure about what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people have this mentality that, like, if someone's doing something different than what they're doing, then, you know, maybe it makes them kind of feel bad about what they're doing, you know? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. And
like, this person thinks differently than me. Is there something wrong? Is there something wrong with me?
Yeah, like,
I must attack them now.
Wait. I watch General Hospital, but they don't like General Hospital.
Yeah.
Quick, say something mean about them to feel better about myself.
I must take them out.
I'll put them in the hospital.
That's the wrong way to look at things, you know? I mean, you know, people that are into different stuff can teach you new stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people
you're missing out on, or
yeah,
maybe you can show them something, you know?
It's really sad, too, because a lot of people miss out on animated films and whatnot because they think, oh, it's for little kids, and sometimes it is, but it's still good. Dude, My Neighbor Totoro is a great movie no matter how old you are. You could be 2, you could be 102. And like,
yeah, there's always things to appreciate about that. I mean, just animation in general.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's art.
I mean, just the amount of work that goes into something, it's insane.
Yeah, and look, if you really want to take it further, watch something like Cowboy Bebop or, you know, the first Ghost in the Shell movie, or, well, there's better ones than that.
That's awesome. That's like my favorite.
Yeah. Like, there's so much good stuff out there. And that's, you'd be hard-pressed to say that Cowboy Bebop is not for a moderately mature audience. And stuff like Ghost in the Shell, definitely. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of
some stuff out there just has a bad rap and a bad, you know, people look down and stuff, but who cares?
Yeah.
You enjoy it.
That's what counts.
You know, you gotta pay attention to it and ignore all the other stuff. You know, most of the things I enjoy throughout my life are things that were never super popular as much as I wanted them to be. You know, but it doesn't matter. I know what it is. I found it somehow and I like it, and that's what I want to spend my time doing. So
yeah,
whatever.
Good.
Let everybody else miss out.
Their loss.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keeping along with this theme, we've got a comment from Brad031793 and then another one from Ultima Keymaster.
Yes.
The members of the Ramborgia, who are also fans of My Little Pony, may be referred to as the Rambronis. And Ultima's quote, I shall be proud to be a Rambroni.
I actually have not checked out an episode. I think Hazard did send me one.
Aw.
I'm pretty sure he did, but I haven't had time to actually look into it.
Give it a shot. I mean,
yeah,
whatever. I prefer Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab and whatnot, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. I'm
kind of intrigued by the whole situation.
Yeah.
So.
If he sent you the first episode, be warned, it's a 2-parter.
Trust me, I've seen Stranger Things.
Actually, a friend of mine he's like, look, if enough of you watch 26 episodes of My Little Pony, I will play an online game with you, all right? I will play that stupid game you guys play all the
What
time.
kind of a thing is that?
He just wants us
Like,
to
I'll
watch
give you
it.
each I'll give you each $100. Maybe that would do it.
The only
I'll play a game with you. Wow.
well,
Okay.
here's the thing. He thinks he's going to convert us and make it so we're as rabid fans about it as he is. I mean, I'm cool with the show. I've got no problem with it. It's just not as much my thing. So he's trying to, get it, have us see enough such that we wake up one day like after getting bitten and we're suddenly Rambroni vampires,
That's kind of like the flip side to what we were just talking about, because then it's like people that are, they like something so much that they have to give it to everyone. It's like they become this is my job now. I have to shove it down everyone's throats, and that's kind of like too far in the other direction.
Yeah, there's extremes on both ends that are less than ideal.
Right. The trick is to kind of dig what you dig, respect what other people do, like as well, but don't attack others because they're not into what you're into, or if you understand you feel so passionately about something, but you can't go over the top with it.
Yeah, not everyone's going to be.
That turns people off to it in the same way.
That's one of the reasons. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I started with a more negative attitude toward it, because some people loved it so much.
Every time you put that show on, you're gonna you enjoy this. You can't anymore because you hear that dude in the background. This is the best thing of all time.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so our next comment is from Kane Bringing the Pain. And John, was this for the last episode of the show?
Yes, for the last one. Yes.
Okay, so it's talking about you and Hazard. I'm ashamed to say that this is my first show, and I can't believe I waited so long. Hands down, the coolest guys on YouTube.
Why are you trying to put yourself down,
I don't know.
sir?
It sounded funnier in my head. It honestly sounded funny in my head.
I think your setup was off.
Yeah.
I think if you said it after you read it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tried your best.
But Kane, well, we're glad that you tuned in. We hope you continue to do so.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Ramborgia.
Load us into your phone, your portable device. Take us everywhere you go without the annoying part of actually having to see us.
That's right. So Geekfire Gifts was going to be... Well, geekfiregifts.com/the show will be retired soon.
And then you're going to be getting it on StayBallsy.
I think this will be the last one that goes up on there.
It's been a good run.
It's been a really good, about 46 episodes. I mean, that's pretty hefty.
Yeah, to have on that site, man.
And that was our home for a long time. So
yeah, I'll have to update the links.
We outgrew the bowl. We outgrew the fish bowl. Never moving on to the, maybe not the ocean, but
river, lake,
certainly a larger body of water.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, our next comment is from Average Silas. This is in capitals, folks. I subscribe to all StayBallsy Intergalactic directors. Stay ballsy, my friends. And new subscriptions, I expect great things from the greatest members of the greatest network.
Thank you, sir. That is correct.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone will participate and check out the other members and also become members yourselves. That's the whole idea behind the thing, So glad to see it coming to fruition.
Yes, as am I.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just read the next comment. Rambo, after you are up above, who will be on the show to replace you? From Curse 2000.
Curse 2000 is a member of the StayBallsy IVN. Who will replace me when I'm up above? Fact of the matter is I'm not going anywhere, nor will I ever go anywhere. Power of the Ramborgia powers me. Preserves me as well. And I will never die. I cannot die. And if I ever do, someone finds a way. There are people trying to take me out. If they ever pull it off, Ghost Me will host the show as well. So that is the idea.
Wow. Let us pray that is...
Let us pray. You seem like you know something I don't know. Like there's something you don't want to tell me.
No.
There's some kind of plot or something.
No.
That's what it seems like. Like you.
No.
Like there's something like you're on the tip of your tongue, but you're that you're not supposed to say it. That's what it seems like to me.
No.
Do you think you could take me out?
No.
You think you and your brony friends can take me out?
No.
You challenge me.
No.
You try.
He really is this Kwisatz Haderach.
Yes.
Okay.
Next was from Dude Guy. Dude Guy was also asked a question earlier for the
Wrestling.
Yes. Crazy.
All right. To OJ/Howard, to John. I feel...
OJ/Howard, you guys are now one person.
Yeah, I guess Howard's been on so much, which is cool for Howard.
OJ/Howard.
Anyway.
You weren't around.
I'm kidding. It's just... No one wants to talk to just us two anymore. Just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is a serious question.
Lost his mind.
To OJ/Howard, to John. I feel somewhat sad. I need to go back to school in 2 weeks. While I'm glad to see some friends, I will be unable to see the show when it airs. You two have made my summer 1,000% more awesome than if I never clicked on that first video. Through the show, Smart Guys, sorry OJ, and of course the epic Schnauzman and Hole Punch, I think I speak for all Ramborgians/Ramboholics when I say, thank you. That is super sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. The summer is kind of winding down.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man. It's kind of, it's always weird. Like the beginning of it is so like, oh wow. You know, it's really an up and down. You know, like it's like, wow, this is summer.
Do so much cool
all this stuff. You know, the weather's nice, is great. And then it's like the flip side is when it's like ending. You're like, oh no.
Now?
Going back to the grind.
Now what do I do?
Yeah. But, you know, that's life. You know, life always moves forward and you have to take care of your business and move along with it.
Yeah. Well, sir, I mean, when you go back to school, if you have access to the internet, I mean, you can get us shortly later, but don't.
You know, a lot of people, you know, I think our views are actually up during the school year because a lot of people tell me as they, you know, download it and like they'll listen to it on the bus or, you know, in class. A couple people tell me that. So, you know, I mean, I used to do stuff like that too, but, you know, I think we'll always be there. You can't get rid of us that easily.
Well, I want to say thank you for watching. I mean, come on, you watch the show Smart Guys, Schnauzman, and Hole Punch. I mean, if it weren't for you guys, you know, giving us feedback and letting us know that you're out there and that what we're doing is actually reaching people, it wouldn't be worth doing. So let us thank you.
And you gotta get through school anyway, so it's better just get it over with and then start the real fun after you're out, you know?
Yeah.
Good luck to everybody going back to school.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's know how it's going.
Give it your all, you know, just keep trying. Stay ballsy in class. You got a book report to do up at the front. Bam, knock them dead. You got to do a show and tell. Oh, you show them and tell them.
What would OJ do?
Yeah.
All right, we got one more here today.
All right. Dear John and OJ, given that you have both been to Japan, how much Japanese did you know before traveling there, and how much would you say is required to know if one was considering taking a holiday to Japan? Keep staying ballsy. From a fellow Ramborgian. Smiley face emoticon. Ashley Reeks.
I think it really depends where you're going. Going to Tokyo, I didn't know anything. I still don't even know. Honestly, I don't know any words at all.
Sold this call.
But there's there's a good amount of English there. A lot of the subway stuff is written in both languages. People kind of speak it. Seems like they think they can more than they actually can.
Yeah.
But you know, like you can get around fine in Tokyo. I don't think it's any kind of a problem.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder when you go elsewhere, but I think you can still do it, like in the bigger cities. Kyoto is, I don't remember super well. It was, oh gosh, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years, no, like 7 years ago I was in Kyoto. Holy pants. But yeah. I think it's doable. I mean, I had been studying Japanese for 1.5, 2 years by the time I got there. So that made it a lot easier for me. But if you bring a good phrase book, if you have a Nintendo DS, there's dictionaries you can get that should be able to help a little bit.
Part of the fun for me is going to a place in like a total fish out of water situation, and when you run into these weird situations where, you know, no one knows what you're saying to each other. Like, I don't know, that kind of stuff is kind of interesting to me. I don't know.
It puts you in an awkward social situation, but then again, if you can get through it, like being able to communicate with somebody without speaking the same language, when you're like, if you get it across what you're both trying to say, that's a really good feeling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure, you know. But I didn't learn any words, and I didn't learn anything while I was there. But I was there for 2 weeks. And I think there was only one time where there was a major problem. Like we went somewhere to eat that was kind of off the main path, you know.
Yeah.
And we usually couldn't order food. You know, the chick working there doesn't speak English. We don't know how to say anything on the menu.
Aw.
So we basically had to like take money, just put money down on the table, and go bring us food. This amount. Bring us this amount of food. And they did it. And she she came out with all this great stuff, and it was actually really good food.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was only really one bad situation where we got caught. I did have Japanese speaking people around a lot. That were helping.
Yeah.
So I think it might be difficult. Maybe just getting from the airport like to your hotel might be a little tough. Just as soon as you get there, you're that like culture shock.
That was tough. That's a little bit tough because it's hard to ask for directions when you don't know.
And then we were going back to the airport, and I was like, we got on the wrong train, and then we had bags, and we're sitting there, and this police officer actually walked into the train, stopped at a station. A police officer comes in, and he's like, he saw that we had bags, and he's like, he didn't speak English, but he told us basically this is the wrong train. Because you could just tell that we were trying to go to the airport or whatever. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hit or miss,
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, my credit card stopped working the last day I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think I was going to be able to pay for my debit card stopped working, and I didn't have enough cash for the train. I didn't realize you could buy the ticket all the way to the airport with a credit card. So I was freaking out going to the ATM and stuff. And I can barely read kanji. I can't read it at all anymore. And the guy from the hotel came out, was helping me with the thing, and I didn't understand a lot of the words they were saying because it's vocabulary I'd never heard before. But everyone was really nice, and I would say also I think the Lonely Planet phrase book is pretty good. It's like a travel guide for Japan. There's 2 Lonely Planet books I think I have. There's one that's a travel guide, I think, and one that's like a phrase book. They're both pretty good. The phrase book has some weird ones in there. For some reason, they feel like it's important for you to know how to say "I'm high on shrooms." No kidding.
Well, you got to go to the doctor or something.
Yeah. But it's good stuff, and I would recommend if you go. I took the Lonely Planet book, and those little tiny sticky notes, little ones are maybe 1 centimeter by 3 centimeters. Go through the book, find stuff that looks interesting to you, and put a little sticky note in there, so you see where you want to go and what you want to do before you get there. I mean, travel stuff, but it helps out a lot because you're like, oh,
just go to McDonald's,
dude. Teriyaki Mac Burger, so good.
It's all right.
If you see a place called First Kitchen.
It's all right.
First Kitchen. Go there, get an egg burger and some seasoned fries, and definitely go to Mr. Donut.
Well, I would say definitely if you have an opportunity to go, definitely go. Don't be like afraid of not knowing the language and things like that. It's definitely worth going. It's a great experience, and go for it and have fun.
Yeah,
let's know how.
Yeah, it's one of the safest countries in the world too.
Yes.
At least it was. I hope it still is.
There is very little, major violence. So.
Oh, and don't walk and eat at the same time. They think it's weird.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it one day. There's all kinds of weird stuff. But
it's a lovely place.
All right, sir. I think we're good.
Alrighty.
So the big story coming out of the show today is that StayBallsy.com, the ballsiest non-porn site on the web, debuts on Sunday, which I believe is the 12th. Is that correct?
August 12th.
August 12th. You will know when it's up because I will put up a video basically taking you through it and announcing that it's up on Sunday. And hope everyone checks it out. And leave comments on there and all that stuff. I'll explain how to, join and do all that. If you're a member of the StayBallsy IVN, please start sending me your videos to put it up. Leave it to one video right now that you really want up. Leave a description and what category, what type of video it is for me. And that is it, my friends. We'll see you next week. We're actually going to have Carlos on. He's the man that built the site.
Nice.
He'll be joining us next week to talk about it and his other endeavors. He's a great guy. You're going to enjoy it. So.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. So for OJ, this is John signing off. Thank you for listening and being a part of Genre Presents, the best in free and optional entertainment. Good night.
Good night.